You have a soul mission, and if you have been working on playing with or maybe struggling with the fullest expression of your soul's purpose and mission, this episode is for you. My name is Serenity Iris. I am an intuitive guide. I channel wisdom from universal sources and help people get connected with their higher selves. I help people live their soul's mission in a healthy, prosperous way, including business owners and beyond. So this particular episode is going to give you a sneak peek into what it's like to have a channeled guided session with me. One of my clients, she graciously agreed to share this because there are so many beautiful universal themes that came up, and she's just like, yes, for sure, go ahead and share this. So what you're going to see is us getting grounded and connected. I'll go through the channeled message, and then in the second half, we'll be discussing some of the themes together. So if you have been working on really improving and calling in being a greater receiver to sustenance and prosperity, abundance, opportunities, feeling much more in harmony and in alignment with the things that you are doing day to day so that it's really fully aligned with your soul, this conversation was beautiful. So you're going to see me in the channeled state, closing my eyes. It's so that I'm able to really fully allow and not let the sort of senses distract me. I'm just find that I am able to go deeper that way. And oftentimes the messages come through really clearly, and I remember parts of it, but sometimes I don't. So I will usually go back and listen and learn from the messages as well alongside you. And so enjoy it. It's a beautiful ride. I did cut down the grounding portion of it, which I did in real time, do a more robust version just so that we get to the heart of the message right away. So enjoy this. If you do, definitely give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you're updated on future episodes, and definitely share or comment if you resonate with a particular theme in this episode. And if you want to sample a vibration shift for yourself, you can go to the description and click the link, and I've created a beautiful vibration shift sample for you to enjoy. I do this regularly with my clients all over the world, and they love it. It just gets you into a beautiful state. So you can have a taste of that just in the description, and you can go to that and check that out. So let me know how you enjoy this, and I will talk to you soon. I'm Serenity Iris. What season is this for you, and what's how are you meant to dance through this season? How are you meant to express it? Because there's the sustenance, the job, the finances, do you know what I mean? So that's sort of what I'm curious about, but if you have some things that you're curious about.
Honestly, the thing that you mentioned was a curiosity I didn't really know until you said it.
Yeah.
It feels like a very overarching type of question that I would love an answer to. But if it was just me trying to think of a question, I think honestly I'm also curious as to what I just keep thinking of the question you just asked. This what is the season meant for me? Because I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to get a foothold in being a human living in this world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also feeling into my purpose and what really lights me up. And I feel like I know some things, and some of those those things I feel are very known, feel very true to me. But
Yeah.
I think I'm also getting caught up in the how and the direction. I feel like the how gives me direction, and that's not how this, I don't think, is supposed to come about.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just coming, it's just wanting to come floodgates crashing through some doors, or
Oh,
water, okay, so All right, so why don't we both get connected? I think it's gonna just start coming out. So we
Okay.
can connect with our breath. We're just gonna observe the flow of air in and out of our bodies. And with each exhale, you find that you're softening and relaxing a little bit, especially the lower body into the earth. And this allows you to be connected. So if it feels good and right for me and my higher self and the collective of guides to work with your energy and to share with you, feel free to say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. We are so pleased and happy to receive this invitation. We shall say finally, we have been waiting for an increased level of receptivity. It is great to come together with you both to share and highlight aspects of particular mission. She indeed is a being of great light, love, and wisdom. She is already aware of the core essence of the mission being one of sharing and spreading hope and joy, creativity and curiosity. There's much healing that many will experience as they get reconnected with the possibilities of what is greater within them, within themselves, that is ready and wanting to emerge and be expressed. So as she has her own creative expressions through writing and speaking and sharing, this starts to come to light. This starts to be fully embodied and then fully expressed and communicated so that it can be fully seen and received by others. It is not with the intention of being seen by others. That is a natural consequence of her going about her days in this way. We do encourage that no matter what she is embarking on, whether it is one of a more overtly creative nature, such as writing or working with poetry or characters, or whether it is in the context of being of service in a company through a job, that they are all creative, expressive vehicles. We would like to encourage her to remember to be and stay connected. She has this ability. She's not a beginner. She is quite practiced in this from many lifetimes. And in this incarnation, she is getting to be aware of what it is like to be cut off from it. But there's no need to be extending this particular experience anymore. She has already had a very good taste, a good sampling, a good experience of that. And so it is available to her immediately, right away, for her to be connected and stay connected for the rest of her life. This is her true nature. This is actually what comes more easily. And when she is coming from this place, the energy that she desires throughout her day and into the evenings will automatically be there. So instead of working from a place of the only the mechanical and the rational, much more integrated approach will be much more efficient and it will be much more enjoyable, be much more fun. The question around the sustenance, the money, the livelihoodness, there is no need to restrict and operate from the assumption that it has to flow from one particular source, as in a job. It may be one of the main sources, it may be one of the many sources, and it is also possible there are infinite possibilities of how the sustenance and the money can flow through. And so we encourage an opening up of the awareness and the perception to that. If she were to dive in deep immediately with where she is feeling the passion, the joy, the depth, the alignment with her mission, she will start to naturally attract different opportunities. She will be getting those invitations from others who have greater platforms and reach, who want to share in what she is sharing and expressing, is around the remembrance, the knowing, the belief that that is already in place for her. It is a matter of whether she is wanting to activate that sooner or later. And we are here to share that it is already there, it is already done. And so, if there is joy, if there is interest in navigating the more conventional path of the job search, and she knows exactly what we mean by this, then she is wise to go forth in that direction. The other, we understand that in this particular world and incarnation feels somewhat new because it requires the working together with the etheric and the physical realms and merging those. And there may be a period where there's much experimentation, trying things out, slipping into operating from older awareness, only to be reminded of who she really is. And it will be this dance between those different awarenesses so that ultimately there will just simply be this point where there's only who she is. What remains is only who she is, not who she believes she should be or has been conditioned to be. And so when she gets to that point, there will be the experience of all things being met, all needs of this world being there and ever present. We have shared a lot. Do you have any questions?
I guess I am a little unsure of how, I guess, what it means to merge the physical with the etheric. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure what that looks like.
Yes, and this is a great part of your journey this time around. It is a particular that many others are also experiencing, whereas different times or for different civilizations and cultures, there were certain roles and very strong structures and ways of organizing people. So many, even though ultimately they did have a certain amount of quite a lot of free will, really were disconnected from that, and for most had completely forgotten that they had that free will. And so they found themselves in roles or jobs or work that they were practically born into and never even really questioned. You are here in this incarnation as this incredible creative being that you are and that all are. And it is a very unique time to be able to express a higher level of creativity that has not even ever been known. So you're able to take ideas, inspiration from the ethers to be tuned in, connected with your higher self, connected with your guides and really the team of us who are here to support you as you wish, and then to direct that energy, to direct that flow so that it gets translated into the physical realm. And this is somewhat new to you, but it's not exactly new. But it does feel new in this incarnation for you. So you're here to refine this even more. You are here to master this to the next level for yourself so that you are a living, embodied example of this for others as well. They will draw much inspiration. And this season in particular for you now is for you to do this for yourself. There will be another season where you will be helping others and guiding others in their own similar path. If there are specific questions, we may be able to help you now or ongoing. You can ask us anytime. We are not going anywhere.
Okay. So what practices would you recommend to stay connected so that I can practice and bring this for myself and practice bringing this creativity into a physical embodiment?
The first is to, well, this may or may not come first, is to notice. There may be a step before the noticing, however, which is to open up some space, to clear some space in both your mind and your heart. And then you may find that it's easier to notice. Sometimes it will be so obvious that you cannot help but notice. So you notice. You notice. The inspiration, the intuition can be an image, a word, or a string of words. There will be some kind of sign, a signal. So you pay attention to that. So you notice it. You then get curious about it. You might immediately feel that it is wanting to move through you and be expressed in your body immediately. Other times, depending on what it is, it will not come through in that way, but you get curious. So you notice, you get curious, you observe your body. There will also be we are going to call it movement. However, this will often feel as if it is choiceless, as if your body is just automatically, naturally moving into a certain place. Could be that you get your body to be with your writing tools, for example, or whatever it may lead you to be moving into. We make the distinction between the difference between when you naturally go to your kettlebells and there's very little thought, there's very little questioning as to whether it's right, you just do, versus those times when you roll that idea in your mind and you think, okay, well, I'm going to pick up the kettlebells and I'm going to do it. And yes, there will be some benefit to that approach if your overall desire is to be working out certain muscles in a certain way. But there's a very distinctly different experience. And so with you noticing, with you getting curious and observing, and then just allowing the body to naturally move into that direction, you will see yourself putting things together, expressing, doing things, getting things done, successfully maneuvering all kinds of things within your world. A helpful practice for you could be one where you ask yourself, what is no longer needed? Could be certain activities or tasks or items in your home or your life. Could be thought patterns, could be different dynamics, states of being that really don't reflect who you truly are anymore. And that will open up and clear much space for you. We are giving very general, big picture pieces of guidance. And as you go, as you navigate through your day to day, you can always tune in. You can always check in on specifics if you would like, if you would like that guidance and support along the way. And that is that practice of regularly, consistently tuning in, similar to the experience of when you're with your family and you can feel your mother's presence more closely. It is that experience of being tuned in that you can carry with you at all times. And that is the practice, so that there is no separation from state of being, from the etheric, the connecting of the different realms and dimensions into the physical dimension. It is all unified. This is one of the core lessons, experiences for you in this incarnation.
See, okay. I think I have a question around the sources of income that you mentioned. Potentially finding I don't remember how you phrased it, but I got the impression of what feels good and right. And following that in terms of the different sources of income and being open to maybe one main source and then multiple other sources. How is this also connected to being open to connection and inspired action to figure out what might be the best source and getting specific on those actions?
Yes, we recommend that you start first from the place of remembering who you are, tuning in, connecting, staying connected. And then from there, looking into, feeling into the various different options, and with the clear intention of inviting in greater abundance, very tangible finances. We can do this through the vehicle of a job. We can do this through the vehicle of a business. We can do this through the vehicle of being of service with your creative gifts, the writing, the speaking. So all of those, and an infinite array are available and possible for you. The intention of doing so with great compensation is what we suggest that you also merge with. The work, the mission, all the experiences that you're meant to experience here in this incarnation, you will be able to do no matter what you are doing. And there are some experiences that will make it perhaps more joyful, a bit more fluid and easier. However, you will get it. Like, there is no messing up here. You will get it all. We are here to encourage and remind you that it is important to remember this about yourself, so that if a different way of approaching a job search or working in a job will be one that's coming from a more diminished version of yourself. We do not recommend that at all. What we do recommend is that you remember who you are, tune in, be connected, so that if it is a job, the vehicle of a job that is lighting up for you now in this season, that you are an energetic match, and it is an energetic match to your highest good right now. Does this make sense?
Yes, I feel like it makes more sense in a feeling rather than it's a feeling that turns into a knowing, I suppose, but the feeling is very strong.
Yes.
Okay.
It is in the way that you're doing this. So a job is not indicative of uh, the way you are being.
What do you mean?
There are infinite numbers and types of jobs out there. So you get to decide how you are showing up. And if it is through a job, it will be reflective of you. Or if it's a contract or a business or some kind of collaboration, it will simply be reflective of who you are. And that is your work.
So what I'm hearing is embodying and trusting that who I am will bring to me the how or what it might look like or what to engage with.
It will be like a natural magnetic attraction to it. It's to you.
That makes sense.
The work is your connection with yourself, is remembering who you are. That is the work. And yes, there may be like the legwork of applying and having conversations and networking and all of that as well. But that is not the primary work. The primary work is your connection with yourself and remembering who you are so that all of those other pieces fall nicely into and click into place with the state of who you are now.
Okay.
We have shared a lot and we do not want to bombard you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's been nice to have direct communication with you, and we are here as part of your team of guides. We are always available to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's connect back with our breath and remind ourselves that we've been grounded this whole time. Drawing our attention to those roots in the bottoms of our feet. So when you're ready, you can come back. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
A little loopy.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting. They were
They,
like banging on the door, like, okay, we have some things we want to share.
yeah, they're just like, this needs to be talked about right now. I felt the, it wasn't necessarily urgency, but like it's time.
It is
It's,
time.
it's interesting because that's the second time they've mentioned like I'm not new to this or I'm not a beginner. Like they've used
You're
that
not.
phrasing. Um, and
Yeah.
and it's interesting to hear that like part of my experience here is to know what it feels like to be cut off, but now like that time is over and they're like, okay, get back to being connected again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can do this right now. And it the way they talked about it just made it sound like this is readily available. Like you just have to do it and choose it. Um,
Yeah.
so like I think that goes back to what you said in the very beginning of our, our meeting was that, focusing on my vibration, um, and it being connected to my higher self and my team and source and that. So it kind of feels like a full circle moment a little bit having them speak to me, whoever they are. They are awesome. I feel like I'm still like processing. Like there was a lot of things that feel like I felt like it was something I'm hearing for the first time, but also felt familiar and also just feels like a little bit of a revelation on my like purpose and place right now. Um, even though they were speaking very like generally and kind of like in a bird's eye type of view of my purpose and getting connected, it felt like that was easier for me to understand and receive than kind of getting down into the details. But yeah, I have to listen to this back.
Yeah, I would a bunch of times. It was very, very direct, like it was very clear.
They were, I don't know, they felt very, I don't know if insistent is the right word, but it kind of felt like it, I guess.
It was interesting how they were open-ended, like basically saying whatever vehicle you go with, it's not so much about the vehicle per se. It's like because you're taking yourself with you wherever. So it's about the remembrance of who you are. Um,
Yeah.
like a lot of us are here with a similar, if we zoom way out, like that's why we're all here, is like to just remember who we are and then to create, right? So there are many infinite expressions of that. So they weren't here saying, well, this is how you must create. It was very, very open-ended on from that perspective, but the directions of like how to get to the place where you would probably enjoy it more were very clear. You can stop with the separation lesson. You've got that down. It's done. You've experienced that. Check. So now
Yeah.
back to um okay. Any questions before we wrap up?
Um, not right now. I feel like I'm still like processing, but um, yeah, I appreciate you. Appreciate you letting that happen. Um,
I was like, what was it? It couldn't not happen. That's how it felt. I was like, oh, okay.
I,
Yeah.
I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome. There was a lot of it that was like totally universal. Like they were speaking to you directly, but they could
Mm,
have been speaking to me and really anyone is how it felt.
yeah, it was definitely interesting. It felt like it really resonated with me. Um, and I'm not sure. I feel like it's something I have to kind of sit with for a little bit, at least for the rest of this day, just kind of feeling into this and remembering because I felt like the energy was like as they were speaking, I could feel a remembrance of what it was to be connected. Um, and kind of like giving me that memory or like I don't know how to explain it, but it was like feeling it feeling connected and remembering that that's what that feels like. I don't know. My
Yes.
words feel like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah. It was like an activation. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the word for it. But
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. It's like it's activate a remembrance and integration process. Like, hey, do you want to remember this?
yeah, yeah,
Here it is. Here it is. And this is your natural state all the time.
yeah. And it's
That that
interesting.
was that was interesting. It's all the time.
Yeah. Which I I feel like I'm still wrapping my head around because I know I've felt it in moments, but like feeling that all the time, even in
Yeah,
the moment as I was feeling it, it was like, how? Like, but yeah.
no, it's not a see, you're going into when I think for you, when you start overthinking, um, and it's not to say that thinking can be a very powerful tool, but like so you're wondering, you're questioning the how, and like you're like the thinking it that kind of lends itself more to the separation.
Oh, I
And then
see.
you pop yourself out of it,
Mm,
right? Because you were there and I've seen you. I've been with you when you are tuned in and connected. And that's the natural. state. And that was very interesting because there are people who will tune in very intentionally, specifically. I don't remember if they said this, but I felt it. And like with you, the message was it's all the time. Just be tuned in all the time.
Yeah.
And then when you recognize that, when you appreciate that within yourself and that connection, like you will be so part of the dance, like you will figure out like the day to day, okay, the kettlebells, the eating, the physical life stuff, but still from a very connected place. The
Mhm.
money, still from a very connected place. And it might be that some souls are like, that's why they said you're not a beginner. Not that I have to, I don't fully understand the different levels of experience and awareness, but it sounds and feels like there might be some souls where it's like, oh my gosh, like this to connect even for a moment is like exhilarating, and it's like this flash of light that's like brand new. And but this is like, this is not brand new for you. That's what it felt like they were trying to convey and remind you of.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely felt that. Because that I feel like that's the second time they've used that word, that phrasing, you're not a beginner. Uh,
Mhm.
and I think as you were speaking, I was realizing within myself like how when I get over analytical in my mind, I'm starting to feel when it when it feels like a separation.
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
so used to operating in that way that like I kind of default to that. Um, like even as like we were just talking about it, and and when you mimicked me going like this, I was like, oh, so
Mhm.
that's what the separation feels like because I was
Mhm.
feeling connected just a few seconds before that,
Mhm.
like before I
Mhm.
started like thinking about that, and now I'm feeling like the shift of being not connected, and now
Mhm.
I feel like I'm trying to get myself back there, and it's kind of happening. Um,
Mhm.
but it's a lot less thinking for me, like
Mhm.
than I have been conditioned to do for a very long time. This is gonna be fun.
What's gonna
I'm just thinking in my head like, oh my gosh, this thing that I've been doing like almost subconsciously for a very long time, which is being over analytical. I'm gonna
Mhm.
have to stop that, and so I can stay connected. Um, and
Yeah,
figuring that out might be a challenge for me. So I say that
not.
sarcastically.
It's not. It's not because you say that it's been for a long time, but that's not actually true. It's just been like in this particular incarnation. But prior to that, it like you were just trying this experience on. What is it like to be a human who overthinks? Like,
Ah,
you see? So in the greater picture of it, it's just a little blip.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that perspective. I tried that experience and now it's time to stay more connected into what feels like my natural state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thinking can be a powerful tool. It is a way to organize and focus different ideas and even articulate energies. It can be used, it can be used like a pen, like a pen is a tool, but it's not the thing that should be going rogue on us, like we want to master our thinking. We want to master the tool of thinking and not
Right.
have it be mastering us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when people, because some of us are gifted with an exceptional ability to think. So I don't necessarily agree that all thoughts are bad or that, we should eliminate thinking. It's been able to lead to a lot of great things. It's just not meant to be used in isolation, and it's not meant for us to be used by it, right? So if we understand that there are ubiquitous just thoughts, clouds of thoughts, and we can plug into any of them, which may or may not serve us. And if we plug into the ones that don't serve us, then what are we doing getting enmeshed with that kind of programming? We don't need to do that. But in order for us to remember that, we have to remember who we are and connect with our souls, our higher selves. And then we're like, okay, all right, we've got the inner core, whatever it is. And then we want to pick up a pen and use it as a tool to create something in a certain way or to direct the flow of energy. That just came through. I never really have articulated it that way. So I hope that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. That was sort of channeled too. Um, well, okay. So there's a lot here. I'll make sure my team gets the recordings sent to you. And I wonder, and you don't have to answer me right away, but I wonder if like the channel part of this, like if you'd be open, the parts that are not specific to you, if you'd be open to me sharing that on my YouTube channel to help others.
Yeah.
So I felt like so much of that was, I was like, oh yes, okay, I could study that. All right.
Yeah. Go,
For
yeah,
that.
I'm definitely open to that. Go ahead and share what you would like to.
Mm. Amazing. Yeah, lots of good stuff is coming through. Wasn't that an amazing experience? So if you enjoyed this, definitely subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and type into the comments which theme in particular most resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. And if you would like to experience your own personal vibration shift, in the description, I have a free sample of a vibration shift for you. So you can click the link in the description and it'll take you right to it. And so enjoy it. And I will talk to you soon. I'm Serenity Iris. Bye for now.